Welcome to this RME video tutorial for software and firmware download and installation. Every RME audio interface uses a driver and a powerful software core, the internal firmware. RME provides an ultra-stable, low-latency driver for Windows and Mac operating systems. Both drivers are identical in terms of features, latency and stability. The so-called firmware is the internal software of the interface, defining the product's capabilities and features. Your RME interface should always be updated with the latest driver and firmware. So, the first step when installing a new RME interface should always be to download the latest drivers and the latest firmware. Go to the RME website and click the Downloads navigation button. On the download page, choose the connection type for your interface. This could be Firewire, USB, or the internal HDSPE slot cards. Next step, choose your operating system. This could be Windows or Mac OS. The driver supports 32 and 64-bit versions of both operating systems. Drivers and firmware are available as separate packages. Download both files onto your computer. The driver and the firmware update program is the same for all USB RME interfaces. The driver and the firmware version for the supported interfaces is listed in the description. Here you can see on the version number if an update is available for your interface. Your current driver and firmware versions are displayed in the settings dialog on your local computer. This video shows the installation on Mac OS. For the similar installation on a Windows computer, please read the manual. A deinstallation of the current driver on Windows or Mac OS is not necessary. Just install the latest driver over the previous one. After the download of the driver and firmware files, unzip both packages. Open the newly created driver folder and click on the installation file, and then simply follow the instructions on the screen. After the successful installation, a restart of the operating system is necessary. Please note that in some cases a new driver requires a new firmware for the interface. It is common for problems to arise from the mismatch between drivers and firmware, so it is important to always use the latest firmware. As described before, the firmware update program, the RME Flash Update tool, is the same for all interfaces with the same connection type. There is one tool for all Firewire and one for all USB interfaces. For example, the USB Flash Update tool works with the Fireface UFX, the Fireface UC and the Babyface. For the update of the firmware, download and unpack the Flash Update tool. After the start of the Flash Update tool, the dialog shows the version of the current firmware. If an update is possible with this tool, the status line shows the term "Not Updated". If the status shows "Up to date", the firmware in the interface does not need an update. In this case, simply close the Firmware Update program. If the status line shows the term "Not Updated", press the Update button below. The Flash Update program erases the current firmware and loads the new one into the interface. This process could take some time, so please don't touch anything during the update. Attention! The interface needs to be connected. This connection must not be interrupted during the installation process. If the connection is interrupted, even for a second, the interface could be unusable until new firmware is installed. After the successful update, switch off the interface. For the Babyface, disconnect the USB cable for a moment. Congratulations! Your RME interface is now using the latest firmware and driver. Also available for download on the RME website is the powerful metering and analyzing software DigiCheck. This is a serious tool for any audio engineer and works with every RME interface and It's free. Thank you for watching, and we hope you found this video tutorial helpful.